Hello everyone, I'm gonna show you how to build a custom calculation. So first we're going to create a new form. So we're gonna call this example form. Okay. So some user sent me this Excel file. So he just wanna make a multiplication between A1 and B2. So just simple operation, and we're gonna do that. So first we're going to add an spinner field. Okay, and we're going to call this variable 1. Variable 1 field. The input is fine. Then we're going to add a ready button. And we're going to call this variable 2. Variable 2 field. And we're going to add new options and put the values. Okay, now we need to show the results, and we will show it in a HTML field. Okay, the result of calculation goes here. So then I will just drag inside a 2-column grid. Okay, now it looks fine. So the layout of the form is finished. Now we need to make the calculation. So you need to go to calculation tab, under calculation tab, then enable math calculation and add your math variable. In this case, this will be the total. Okay. So we're going to hide the price level. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, we have the math variable here. Then we can choose the fields that we have created. In this case, variable 1, variable 2. So first we're going to make all the calculations here. And the first thing we need to do is just initialize the variables that you're going to use in your calculation code. In this case, I'm gonna use these variables. This is user variables, variable 1. Then we need to get the information. So variable 1 need the value of variable 1 field. Okay, you just copy and that's it. Then get variable 2 info or value, variable 2. Then we need to choose the variable 2, and in this case the action is find value. You just copy, there it is, and the result is total variable 1 plus variable 2. And at the end, you have to always return the result. In this case, return the total. And that's it. So we need to add the result here. So how can we do that? So once we have created this math variable, we have just need to go to here, variables, and then you will see the calculation variables. In this case, we have only just one. To just copy this. Once we have copied, we have to paste on here. And then save changes. Okay, the shortcut has been created. So go to the preview. There it is. You can see the calculation is working. At the beginning, it does. The result was like empty. So sometimes we need just to initialize with some value. In this case, we will just assign that value 0. Save changes and preview. And you can see that the initial value is 0. Yes, it's 0. So, and you can see the multiplication works fine. Also, if you have, as you can see, you can make any calculation here. You can add many other operation, simple operation or complex operation. So it's up to you. And now, for example, I'm going to simulate that I'm using more calculation variables with the same result. So in this case, I'm going to create 2 more bars. For example, I'm going to put this variable to info. Variable 1 info. As you can see, for example, I'm going to initialize with total 0. Then we need to get the variable. Wait, this is okay. We need to get the variable 2. Yes, the value. There it is. And then you return the total of the variable 2. So that's it for variable 2. And we can make the same with variable 1. Okay. Return total. So we have the value of variable 1 and value of variable 2. And we can use them so without making all of this. So we can just do this. So the variable 1 will get the value of this calculation variable. So how is that? Just choose here, not on here, just here on the optional variables. So you just copy this And for variable 2, same. And there it is. You can see it says this variable belongs to variable 1 info. So it's okay. Save changes. As you can see, we make this just in order to use multiple variables, calculation variables, because this is just an example, because sometimes it gets complex. So, and for example, you just want to show the variable 1 value on the HTML field. For example, we can see a better, more information, like, for example, variable 1 and variable 2. And then we need to copy the shortcut. Shortcut of variable 1 is this, and shortcut of variable 2 is this. Okay, now I save changes, go to preview. There it is. You can see the information here. Variable 1 is 7 and variable 2 is 10. So you can see the multiplication is fine, because the multiplication between this and this is this. And this is the way that you can make any calculation. You can add many variables, many calculation variables. So the number of operation is endless. Endless is unlimited. Okay. And now we have this. We can, for example, send this result to the email. For example, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy, and first we need to add on the form the submit button. This is it. Now we're going to, for example, here is the default shortcut. We have just going to remove that, and we're going to add this HTML content. Yes, there it is. Okay, and even we can add more shortcuts, more information of the fields, but we will just add only this. Okay, now save changes, preview. Okay, for example, we're going to add 6 and 10, then the submit button. Okay, and now you can see you will receive this email, and you can see it doesn't show anything. It's because I made a mistake, and the mistake is this. I'm going to point that, because I'm not using the right shortcuts. These shortcuts that we use on this are only for front end. For back end, you have to use the backend shortcuts. And how do I get that? Let's just go to options, as you can see, the shortcuts for frontend are under here. For backend are under here. Okay, and you can see the calculation variables too. So we need to use these calculation variables for email, for success message, or custom invoice, or custom summary form information. So I'm going to use that. Just for example, the total is here. You can see it has different names. Then variable. Okay, back in. So we're gonna copy the variable 1. Variable 1. Variable 2. And there it is. Save changes. Go to preview. So we're going, for example, I'm going to send this calculation 7 and 10. Submit button, sending information. Okay, it's fine. Now this is the result of the mail message, and you can see the information is fine. So all is going fine. Okay, the same way you can do, you can show that information on the success message. Also, you can send that information here on the custom invoice.